2 letters to all of the Republican candidates. And as of yet, if they responded to me, Bugs Bunny responded to me. So I'm so glad. And what I'm saying is, what you see in this room are the people who thought enough of you to come face you because they want your vote. So I just want you to think about that. These people thought enough of you. I know Ms. Flowers, Mr. Mullins and all, they're out of town, but they thought enough of you along with Ms. Crawford, enough of you to even log on for a little while to talk to you, the people. So think about that when you go vote.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Thank you. As Minister Christian noted, you thought enough of the situation to give your time. You could have been doing anything. My name is Cheryl Brown, and most people don't know me when they see me. They just see that I film ordinary people doing extraordinary things. Before I moved here, there was a lot of negative press about Petersburg, and we can't, as individuals, we cannot solve every problem, but I believe we are each a drop in the ocean, and even a drop can make a ripple, and a ripple can lead to a wave, and a wave can lead to a tsunami of change. So my little drop that I offer is I film positivity in Petersburg to offset the negativity that we have in mainstream media. So that's all I do. That's why you see me when there's no event is too small to cover. If you're doing something positive, I try to support and I try to promote, to amplify the voices of ordinary people doing extraordinary things. And most of the time, the people that I film don't want to have any parts of me because they're very humble. They have humility and they're not trying to be filmed. And that's admirable. You know, I don't mind that. And I have to convince most of the people, allow me to catch a snippet of what you do so that people can be inspired. And it inspires me to see you all putting your time in and doing your part in the community. Now, moving right along, I'm not sure if there's a certain order that Minister Christian would like to call up the candidates to speak on the Zoom first. All right. So I know we heard from Delegate Kimberly Pope Adams camp, and they spoke a little bit, and I hope you all heard what she had to say. And Delegate Pope Adams wanted to be here, but is not well at the moment. So what about if we move right along to someone who has come the furthest? I believe she's come the furthest, about 3 hours drive with that traffic. I know every time I drive to DC, I'm sitting 2.5 of the hours. But let's hear from Donna Charles, who lives in Arlington, Virginia, and she's an independent candidate. I bet you did not even know there was another candidate for governor, because a lot of times we hear about candidates by the number of dollars they just pour, whether it makes sense or it's nonsensical. So we want to hear from our write-in candidate because she is just as qualified, but she has not wasted the taxpayers' dollars. I'm not saying everybody has wasted the dollars, but she's making good use of what's been assigned to her. Candidate for governor, Ms. Donna Charles. If you could come to this.
Well, thank you all so much for having me. I have some remarks prepared, but I first wanted to thank Minister Christian and everyone here for the opportunity to address you. I'm not sure if oh, okay, that's the echo. reasons I'm here is because the election this year, as you probably imagine, especially for governor, is absolutely consequential. And you'll hear that from candidates from time to time. You'll constantly hear, oh, this is the most important election. But when you think about what's coming out of Washington, D.C., and how it is going to impact almost every aspect, how it is impacting every aspect of our lives, I think it's important to emphasize that who you elect for governor is going to have, without a doubt, an impact directly on your life. Be it Medicaid, Medicare, if you know somebody who's on SNAP. So those are some of the things I'm going to talk about a little bit today. But I wanted to preface my remarks by saying one thing that's most important for me to have you know. I know I am not entitled to your vote. I'm not entitled to your time, right? I'm here to earn your vote, earn your respect, and make sure that you know my name and what I'm about. But at the end of the day, I've come here because I believe that you are that important, okay? So I'm gonna put my glasses on because I can't see without them. Not in terms of reading anyway. And I wanted to just provide you a snapshot of what it is that I'm working toward. So again, thank you, Minister Christian and the Petersburg Association of Neighborhoods and Watches for inviting me to participate in this forum tonight. And thanks to all of you who are here in person and joining online. I am Donna Charles, and I am running for governor of Virginia as an independent write-in candidate. I am a lifelong public servant and a proud U.S. Air Force veteran who served 2 tours in Iraq as an intelligence officer. I'm a former federal civil servant with over 20 years of experience in national security, foreign policy, and public policy. I'm running for governor because we need leaders with integrity who have pledged to be accountable to the voters, not to corporate donors and special interests. I am the only candidate in the race for governor who has pledged to reject dark money from PACs and special interest groups that have an agenda that does not include you. My vision is to be a governor by the people, for the people, who will work in a bipartisan way to improve the standard of living for every Virginian, including you all today. I'm running as an independent because it is clear that both parties have failed to live up to their promises to all of us. Both parties are so invested and consumed by blaming each other that they've forgotten who they're supposed to serve, all of us. And as an independent, I am part of a movement to heal the divisions that have landed us where we are today. And I'm sure you don't need any reminder of what's going on today. And my goal is to return us to getting real work done for the people. Now, for the hard truth. Amidst the disaster of the Trump administration that is actively working to undermine our democracy, our economy, and our civil rights, you deserve straight answers from those who seek your vote. It's very valuable. And you deserve a leader who will not forget you once you do vote for them. Okay? Now for the solutions. Let's get to the brass tacks. My platform is very simple. Rather than focusing on who or what I'm running against, I'm focused on running for everyday Virginians, to protect you from a system that is exacerbating the cost of living crisis, to improve the standard of living for everyone, all Virginians. And that means fighting for a living wage, raising the minimum wage to at least $15 an hour is just the beginning. The math shows very clearly that in today's America, $15 an hour is still not enough to get by. And I am committed to making that initiative my top priority. And as governor, I pledge to protect Medicaid and Medicare in the wake of that big bad billionaire bill, and to expand access to these services, especially for our seniors. And that includes ensuring our rural and our urban hospitals remain open and accessible. And I will move heaven and earth to ensure programs like SNAP are available, accountable, and accurate. Now let's talk about housing very briefly. There's so much we can do to avert a housing crisis here in Virginia. And having grown up myself in rent-stabilized housing in Queens, New York, I know the value of having an affordable and sustainable roof over my head. It's one of the reasons that I was able to go to private school and be a Girl Scout and do all of those things, because my mom was able to budget with her meager income with rent-stabilized housing. And I will tackle the housing crisis here in Virginia by reining in predatory investors and providing durable solutions for those facing imminent homelessness. In reality, it's a public health issue, we all know it, and it should be treated as such. As governor, I will work to provide free childcare for income-qualified families, healthy, free breakfast and lunch for all public school students, and infrastructure improvements that sustainably address chronic flooding not only here in Petersburg, but also other areas that are experiencing the effects of climate change. And on the issue of data centers, we're here as the highest concentration of facilities in the country, here in Virginia. And communities are paying the price for that. I'm the only candidate in this race for governor who has pledged to regulate data centers that are largely responsible for our skyrocketing energy bills, and it's going to get worse. I will not only make sure data centers are good neighbors and pay their fair share, but I will find innovative ways to empower communities, bring them to the decision-making table, and compensate those who have lost home value and peace of mind because of these data centers. I'm running for public safety and security, and for ensuring you as parents and guardians can choose the school that works best for your child's needs while keeping our public schools funded and accessible. And as your governor, I will work to diversify our economy by expanding access to clean energy solutions, promoting access to the trades, vocational training, and other retraining opportunities that respond to the evolving nature of our workforce here in Virginia. I thank you for your time and attention, and I look forward to your questions. Also, please go to my website, donnaforva.com, to learn a little bit more about my campaign and how you can support and donate. Thank you for your time.